how do you game? Do you shoot your shot? Do you go for the goal? Or throw the high cheese? Whatever you do, our goal at Municipal Physical Therapy is to keep you in the game. Municipal Physical Therapy. Game on.
At Polly Jones Funeral Home, compassion is our foundation. As a proud family-owned and operated business, we understand that during times of loss, empathy and understanding make all the difference. Our dedicated professionals, rooted in family values, are here to answer your calls and address your questions and concerns. With 3 locations in Harlan, Avoca, and Denison, we're available whenever and wherever you need us to provide customized services for every family we serve. Polly Jones Funeral Home, proudly serving our communities for over 90 years.
Cyclone Seed and Chemical is your one-stop shop for all your agronomy inputs. Whether it's seeds, chemicals, fertilizers, or custom application, the staff at Cyclone Seed will work hard for your business. When you work with Cyclone Seed and Chemical, you'll have to build a bigger bin.
Listen to 105.3 KNOD. KNOD covers local, state, and world news. KNOD covers your favorite local high school sports, the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Chicago Cubs. KNOD covers Brownfield Ag News programs. KNOD plays the hits you want to hear from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. KNOD has great advertising rates for your business. Call 800-876-KNOD for more info. 105.3 KNOD.
At Keist Auto Center, it's our mission to be the automotive home of Ford, Chevy, and GMC drivers in Southwest Iowa. Conveniently located just off Highway 59 in Harlan, we provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and always deliver customer service with a smile. As your hometown auto dealer, we strive to make every transaction an easy one. Call or stop by today to get in touch with a member of our team and let us know how we can serve you today. Keist Auto Center, proudly serving Southwest Iowa for over 31 years.
Cyclone Lanes in Harlan is your total family fun entertainment center. Known for our homemade buttercrust pizza, we also offer great burgers and a variety of other sandwiches and sides, all available to eat in or carry out. Cyclone Lanes is available for birthday parties, company outings, and church youth groups. Laser bowling starts on Friday and Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. We invite you to come enjoy some fun family entertainment and great food at Cyclone Lanes in Harlan.
If you grill it, he will come.
Welcome, Cyclone fans, to another broadcast of Cyclone Athletics. It's Wednesday, February 19th, and we're here at Harlan Community High School gym, where your Cyclones are getting ready to take on the Trojans from Atlantic in this second round 3A Region 5 tournament play. Cyclones come into this contest with an overall record of 18 wins, 4 losses. And Atlantic has 17 wins and 6 losses. These two teams met up twice already this year. First, back on January 17th here at Harlan Community High School gym, where the Cyclones were victorious 44-32 over the Trojans. And then here just a week ago, they played over at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, where the Cyclones had revenge taken out on them by the Trojans, where Atlantic came away with the victory 63-41. So each team has defeated the other. We'll see what maybe changes offensively and defensively they've made for this third time around. Winner here tonight will move on to play in the regional final against either Kemper Catholic from Carroll or Cherokee, as those two teams are playing tonight up in Cherokee. We'll meet our starting lineups here in a moment, and then have the national anthem and the opening tip. Cyclones are coached by head coach Zach Clausen, assisted by Mark Cohurst and Sam Brummer. Meanwhile, the Trojans are coached by head coach Dan Vargason. Again, the winner from tonight's regional semifinal game will move on to play in the final against the winner of Kemper Catholic and Cherokee. And now the lineup for Atlantic. Number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff. She's a 5'5" junior guard. Number 10, Leela Weiderstein, a 5'6" junior guard. Number 15, Peyton McLaren, a sophomore, 5'7" guard. Then number 20, Peyton Harder, a 5'11" senior forward. And number 40, Katrina Williams, she's a 5'11" junior forward. So those are the starters for Atlantic. And now getting ready to meet the starting lineup for your Harlan Community Cyclones. For the Cyclones, number 13, Molly Swenson. She's a 5'7" senior guard. Number 15, Aubrey Schwiezow. She's a 5'10" senior guard. Number 21, Grace Albertson, 6'1" senior forward. Number 25, Brindley Van Bala, 5'6" sophomore guard. And rounding things out for the Cyclones, number 43, Kensley Bruck, a 6'2" sophomore forward. So those are the starting lineups for both teams. And now we're going to get ready for the playing of our national anthem. Well, welcome back, basketball fans. Getting ready for that opening tip here momentarily. Cyclones, a lot of evenings have the height advantage over their opponents with Kinsley Bruck at 6'2" and Grace Albertson at 6'1". However, tonight, Atlantic kind of negates that as Peyton Harder at 5'11" and Katrina Williams at 5'11". So I think a little bit will be down to a couple things. We're going to try and keep track of some turnovers as those things have plagued both teams, as well as some offensive rebounds and putbacks. It's the Cyclones with the opening tip. Cyclones got to make sure they stay out of foul trouble and not have any frustration fouls. It's Atlantic opening up in a zone to start off with, and it's going to be a three-point basket put up by Schwiezow, and that's good from the left wing. Cyclones take the 3-0 lead here early. And it's the Cyclones in a zone as well. Atlantic trying to skip that across the zone, and there's a turnover on Atlantic's first possession. Travel call on Peyton Harder. And now Atlantic's going to pick up and put some three-quarter court pressure on the Cyclones. 3-0. Cyclones with the lead. And Harlan Community has their second offensive possession. Ball goes into Kinsley Bruck, and she finds Grace Albertson. Post-to-post pass there, and the Cyclones now lead 5-0. There's another turnover. Cyclones 2 for 2 on scoring on their first two possessions, and Atlantic is 2 for 2 on having turnovers on their first two possessions. Skip pass to Molly Swenson. She puts up a three. No good. Grace Albertson with the offensive rebound and putback. Good. That's one of the things that we're going to chart there, and that's Harlan Community with the offensive rebound and score. Grace Albertson with the bucket, and the Cyclones lead 7-0. Ball goes inside, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Schwiezow. And it's going to be last touched by Schwiezow. So the ball will go back to Atlantic. Fourth possession, for Atlantic, and they still have 0 on the scoreboard. Ball down to the low post, shot up, no good, and then a foul. And the foul is whistled on number 40, Katrina Williams. First personal foul on Williams, first team foul. And the Cyclones leading 7-0 with 6 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Atlantic really trying to take away the high-low game. That's Kinsley Bruck with the missed shot there at the basket, and Atlantic comes away with the defensive rebound. Each team's main MO is going high-low, and there's something that the Cyclones can't do, and that is start trying to block a bunch of shots and get in foul trouble. That's Aubrey Schwiezow picking up her first personal foul. Team's first of the first quarter. And will send number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff, to the free throw line. The first one is up and good. Second free throw for Kirchhoff coming. That one is up and no good. And it's Atlantic getting the offensive rebound. Harder with it. Atlantic kind of regroups after Weiderstein went to the ground after that loose ball. Ball inside to Williams, kicked out to Harder, 10 on the shot clock. Atlantic moving the ball around the zone, and then on the dribble drive, that is number 15, Peyton McLaren, scoring the bucket. And it's 7-3 Cyclones. Cyclones set up their offense here, and Atlantic is starting to put a little bit more pressure on the outside game, and it's Kinsley Bruck down low scoring the bucket. 9-3, Harlan Community is the score. Harlan Community in that zone, trapping in the quarter. Williams with the 6-foot jumper, good. 9-5 is the score. Cyclones by 4. Closing in on 4 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Van Bala is going to put up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Atlantic. As we are halfway through the first quarter, and the score is Harlan Community 9, Atlantic 5. And there's another shot down low, missed by Atlantic. Just got themselves too far underneath the bucket there. Nice pass by Harder, but Atlantic just couldn't convert. Now Molly Swenson's going to put up a 3, no good. Williams clears the defensive rebound. Kirchhoff across midcourt with it. Here's a 3-point bucket that's up and good by number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff. And that gets Atlantic to within 1 at 9-8 with 3:20 left in the first quarter. It's going to be a 3-pointer put up. No good by Van Bala. And Atlantic with an opportunity to take the lead here with a made field goal. They keep getting the ball to Harder down low on the baseline, and she looks to hit a cutter underneath the basket. Third turnover for Atlantic. Pull up 3-pointer by Schwiezow, no good. And we're now under 3 minutes to play. 9-8 Harlan Community. There's a turnover by Atlantic. That's turnover number 4. Nice steal by the Cyclones. 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Ball goes up to Bruck. Bruck's going to shoot the 14-footer. No good. Now we're closing in on 2 minutes to play, and the score is still 9-8 in favor of Harlan Community. Be interesting to see if they continue to have Harder run the baseline, or if they move where they have her. That's going to be last touched off Harder. Harder's their leading scorer, but when they have her out along the baseline there, it's hard for her to get shots, and as well, she's their leading rebounder. So we'll see at some point in time if they put her at the high post area and put Williams running the baseline. But right now, we're under 2 minutes to play. There's a almost steal out front. We're under 2 minutes to play in quarter number 1, and the Cyclones own a 1-point lead, 9-8. Ball goes down low. Not a good angle to feed the post there. Wicks throws it out of bounds off the hand of Grace Albertson, so it will be a Cyclone turnover. And with a minute 35 to play, Atlantic's going to come across the timeline with it. Trailing by 1 to the Harlan Community Cyclones. Ball down low to Harder. She skips it out. Now inside to Williams, and a shot is blocked by Albertson. $18 on the shot clock, 1:21 on the game clock. Atlantic to inbound on the baseline. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Harder, and good. Offensive putback, good by Harder, and it's 10-9. Atlantic with the lead as we're closing in on a minute to play here in this first quarter. Cyclones facing some different defensive here. Atlantic is shifting things up from a zone to a man-to-man, and there's a 3-pointer by Molly Swenson that's no good. Harder comes away with the defensive rebound. Atlantic gets it to Harder on the baseline. She skips it across the zone. Kicks out, 3-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Atlantic. It's their third offensive rebound. Harder goes up with a shot, and it's blocked by Bruck. Schwiezow looking to push things in transition. Suizao puts up a shot. That's kind of an air ball layup. Held ball, and on the alternate possession arrow, it's going to favor Atlantic. So Atlantic's going to have it with 21.9 seconds left in quarter number 1. And Atlantic is going to try and execute a last-second shot here. It's a kick ball that doesn't get called, but it's Harder coming away with the offensive rebound, and that's going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1, where the Cyclones led most of the quarter, but are down by 1, 10-9 to the Trojans from Atlantic. We're going to take a quick break. Be back with second quarter action to play. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, channel 15.
5.3 KNOD.
At Keast Auto Center, it's our mission to be the automotive home of Ford, Chevy, and GMC drivers in Southwest Iowa. Conveniently located just off Highway 59 in Harlan, we provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and always deliver customer service with a smile. As your hometown auto dealer, we strive to make every transaction an easy one. Call or stop by today to get in touch with a member of our team and let us know how we can serve you today. Keast Auto Center, proudly serving Southwest Iowa for over 31 years.
Cyclone Lanes in Harlan is your total family fun entertainment center. Known for our homemade buttercrust pizza, we also offer great burgers and a variety of other sandwiches and sides, all available to eat in or carry out.
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Getting ready for second quarter action of play. Cyclones led in that first quarter by as many as 6 as they led 9-3. First of all, they were out to a 5-0 lead and then mounted a 9-3 lead, leading by 6. And from that point on, Atlantic went on a 7-0 run to end the quarter with the score Atlantic 10, Harlan Community 9. Ball goes into Kinsley Brook. She kicks it out to Suizao. There's a foul. It's going to put Suizao to the free throw line. Foul is whistled on number 40, Katrina Williams. First free throw is up and good by Suizao. Cyclones had 2 turnovers in that first quarter compared to 4 for Atlantic. But we talked about that as well as offensive rebounds, but it was Atlantic having 4 offensive rebounds to Harlan Community's 1. Suizao makes both free throws and regains the lead for the Cyclones at 11-10. And there's a turnover for Atlantic and then a held ball. And the alternate possession arrow will favor Atlantic. They get the ball to Harder on that baseline, and then they're going to trap her. The Cyclones are trying to steal that ball out of the trap. Atlantic gets the ball inbounded. The Cyclones set up their zone defense. Jumper up by McLaren, no good. And it's Albertson that comes away with the defensive rebound. Atlantic in a little bit of a zone defense here as well. They start shifting things up from man-to-man to zone and to try and keep the Cyclones off guard as to what they're facing. Cyclones with it, and there's a turnover by Aubrey Suizao. And then in transition, Atlantic has it. Shot up, no good. And that's going to be a big foul on Williams, as that's her 3rd personal foul. Williams, the other post player, and into the contest is number 34, Bryn Lamp, the 5'11 sophomore. So Williams will go to the bench after picking up her 3rd. So we'll see now if they continue to play Peyton Harder offensively down on that baseline, or if they move her. It's going to be there's a steal. That's Kinsley Bruck needs to hold her position there a little bit longer as Bryn Lamp was able to get around and tip the ball away for a Cyclone turnover. There's Lamp with it at the high post area. Brinley Van Bala on the ground, and there's a timeout called by Zach Clausen as Brinley Van Bala comes up with the steal, but had nowhere to go with it. So Coach Zach Clausen quickly calls a 30-second timeout to preserve the possession. And we're going to talk to you about some fine sponsors that make this broadcast come to you. Those being Cyclone Lanes, KNOD Radio, Keast Auto Center, Fairway in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Do It Best Hardware, Conductor Swampler, The Agency Insurance, Western Iowa Medical, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclone Seed and Chemical, Shelby County State Bank, Hamilton Financial Services, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Murtu Medical Center Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex, along with a special thank you to the Pete's Ranch here in Harlan. So out of the timeout, 6 minutes to play, and the Cyclones lead 11-10. And there's a turnover on the Cyclones. Atlantic with it, and there's what we were talking about, if they would start moving around where they're playing Peyton Harder, and they do move her to the high post, and that's number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff, with the made bucket. And it's 12-11 Atlantic. Ball down low to Grace Albertson, and the Cyclones regain the lead. 13-12 Cyclones. Now they have Harder back down on the baseline. Cyclones trap her. She passes it out. Now right back to Harder. Harder puts a shot up and good. Back and forth game here with Atlantic now taking the lead back at 14-13 with 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Van Bala on the dribble drive. Gets it to Bruck. There's a turnover on the Cyclones as that is number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff, getting in the passing lane and getting the steal. Then the Cyclones commit the foul. It is Brinley Van Bala picking up the personal foul, and Kate Kesters comes in for Harlan Community. Three-pointer by McLaren is up, no good, but there's an offensive rebound by Atlantic, and then a turnover by Atlantic. Wild shot put up by Schwiezow, no good. Atlantic comes away with it, and they have a 1-point lead, 14-13. Ball getting reversed around the perimeter of the zone. Ball kicked out. McLaren on the dribble drive. Kicks out there trying to isolate Harder down low, and Harder loses it. Turnover by Atlantic. Third turnover of this second quarter. 7th turnover for the game as we're now under 4 minutes to play. And it's 14-13 Trojans. Ball up to the high post to Albertson. Then a three-pointer by Van Bala, no good. Atlantic with it across the timeline. Cyclones back in their zone. There's going to be a foul out front on Van Bala. That's her second personal foul. Team second of the second quarter. And Addie Wicks is going to come back into the lineup for the Cyclones. Also back into the game is Kinsley Bruck. 3:35 to play in the half. Cyclones trail 14-13. There's going to be a steal by the Cyclones. And then tipped out of bounds by number 10, Weiderstein. So Atlantic with their 4th turnover of the second quarter, 8th of the game. It'll be Harlan Community to inbounds on the baseline. Grace Albertson gets it. Nice feed to Grace Albertson on the inbound play, and Harlan Community now leads by 1, 15-14. McLaren gets it out, or tries getting it out, and there's going to be a held ball. Cyclones being aggressive with tipped balls and then causing some tie-ups. With that alternate possession arrow, that ends up being a turnover. That's turnover number 5 in the second quarter against Atlantic. And Harlan Community comes across the timeline with it. 2:50 to play in the half with a 1-point lead. Ball goes down low to Bruck. High-low from Albertson to Bruck, and with Katrina Williams on the bench for Atlantic, it makes it a little easier for the Cyclones to go to their bread and butter high-low game. And Dan Vargason for Atlantic wants to take a timeout as Harlan Community now leads by 3 at 17-14. First time these two teams played was back at January 17th, and the Cyclones here at home were victorious 44-32. And then a week ago, the two teams played over in Des Moines at Wells Fargo Arena, where the Cyclones were defeated 63-41. .238 to play in the half. And Atlantic inbounds on the sideline after their timeout. See what they adjusted out of it. There's a long three-pointer that's good. That's number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff. And that ties things up at 17 apiece. Grace Albertson kicks it out to Wicks. And there's going to be 3 seconds call on the Cyclone post player. And that's the 5th turnover on the Cyclones of the second quarter. 7th turnover of Harlan Community for the game. McLaren tries getting the ball over to Harder. And there's a held ball. And the possession arrow is going to favor Atlantic. So they will inbound on the baseline. Shot clock does not reset for the offense. Ball is kicked out, and a three-pointer's up. That's going to be short. But Harder comes away with the offensive rebound. And a new shot clock starts up for Atlantic. McLaren sets things up. Ball goes right inside, kick back out. And there's going to be another held ball. And this alternate possession arrow will go to Atlantic. (17-17) with a minute 40 to play in the first half. Schwiezow comes across the timeline and right into the passing lane and misses the layup. So Atlantic is getting aggressive into the passing lane, getting some steals, but they couldn't convert. That's the 6th turnover of the second quarter for the Cyclones, and it's 6 turnovers for Atlantic in the second quarter as well. So we're closing in on a minute and some change to play. The ball goes down low to Bruck, and she misses the field goal attempt. And Atlantic has it with a minute to play, and a long three-pointer is going to get put up and good. Cyclones got to find number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff. She's getting some wide open shots. She's got 12 in the first half, and it's a 3-point lead for Atlantic, 20-17. Ball goes right inside to Grace Albertson. Now to look to get to Molly Swenson. Molly Swenson gets it down low and has her shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And I think they're going to call it number 34, Bryn Lamp. That's her first personal foul. And no good on the free throw for Molly Swenson. 35 seconds left on the clock. Swenson will have a second free throw, and that's good. 20-18 Atlantic. 30 seconds to play in the half. Harder with it in the corner. She skips it back out. Little dribble penetration runner. That's number 10 attacking the basket. Weiderstein, 4-point lead, 22-18. Cyclone's got to go. I don't know if they know how much time's on the clock or not. We're down to 3. They're not going to get a shot off. Cyclone's not aware. They close out the half with Atlantic taking the lead. At halftime, 22-18. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with third quarter action of play. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, Channel 15.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone sports in Harlan.
Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Advertise with HMU. Are you looking for an easy and affordable way to get your business out there? Why not advertise right here? HMU is looking for sponsors, and starting as low as $40 a month, your business could be featured right here. Our sponsors help us cover programs just like this one, and thanks to their support, we're now able to broadcast Cyclone sports, concerts, and more live on both HLTV, Channel 15, and YouTube. So what are you waiting for? Call 755-5182 and ask for Jonathan, or email jnorth@hmunet.com and ask for more information today.
At United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 59 and Pine Street in Harlan, you'll always find a smiling face to greet you and help you with all your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on deposits and loans, and the latest in technology with our online and mobile products. Come and find out for yourself why the difference is here at United Bank of Iowa. Member FDIC.
Looking for insurance coverage at competitive rates? As an independent agency, we are not tied to one insurance company. We work for you, the agency, located right across from City Hall.
How do you game? Do you shoot your shot? Do you go for the goal? Or throw the high cheese? Whatever you do, our goal at Murtu Physical Therapy is to keep you in the game. Murtu Physical Therapy. Game on.
At Polly Jones Funeral Home, compassion is our foundation. As a proud family-owned and operated business, we understand that during times of loss, empathy and understanding make all the difference. Our dedicated professionals, rooted in family values, are here to answer your calls and address your questions and concerns. With 3 locations in Harlan, Avoca, and Denison, we're available whenever and wherever you need us to provide customized services for every family we serve. Polly Jones Funeral Home, proudly serving our communities for over 90 years.
Cyclone Seed and Chemical is your one-stop shop for all your agronomy inputs. Whether it's seeds, chemicals, fertilizers, or custom application, the staff at Cyclone Seed will work hard for your business. When you work with Cyclone Seed and Chemical, you'll have to build a bigger bin.
Listen to 105.3 KNOD. KNOD covers local, state, and world news. KNOD covers your favorite local high school sports, the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Chicago Cubs. KNOD covers Brownfield Ag News programs. KNOD plays the hits you want to hear from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. KNOD has great advertising rates for your business. Call 800-876-KNOD for more info. 105.3 KNOD.
At Keist Auto Center, it's our mission to be the automotive home of Ford, Chevy, and GMC drivers in Southwest Iowa. Conveniently located just off Highway 59 in Harlan, we provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and always deliver customer service with a smile. As your hometown auto dealer, we strive to make every transaction an easy one. Call or stop by today to get in touch with a member of our team and let us know how we can serve you today. Keist Auto Center, proudly serving Southwest Iowa for over 31 years.
Cyclone Lanes in Harlan is your total family fun entertainment center. Known for our homemade buttercrust pizza, we also offer great burgers and a variety of other sandwiches and sides, all available to eat in or carry out. Cyclone Lanes is available for birthday parties, company outings, and church youth groups. Laser bowling starts on Friday and Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. We invite you to come enjoy some fun family entertainment and great food at Cyclone Lanes in Harlan.
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Coverage of the 2024-2025 Cyclone season has been brought to you by a generous donation from the Harlan Pizza Ranch. Visit Pizza Ranch in Harlan and thank them for helping us bring you live coverage of Cyclone sports this year, including our brand new scoreboard camera. Cyclone Sports on HLTV Channel 15 has also been sponsored by Do It Best Hardware, The Agency in Harlan, Hamilton Financial Services,
Fairway in Harlan,
Western Iowa Medical in Harlan,
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Murtu Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Rehab Services.
Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone Sports in Harlan.
Family Service Community, SCSB.
Keist Auto Center, proudly serving Southwest Iowa for over 31 years.
Polly Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
Cyclone Seed and Chemical, build a bigger bin.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here, member FDIC.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
How do you top Pizza Ranch's legendary cheesy ranch sticks? Any way you want. Get a load of these. Our new loaded cheesy ranch sticks are now topped with...
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Getting ready for second half action of play here shortly from Harlan Community High School gym. It was Atlantic outscoring the Cyclones 10-9 in quarter number 1. And then in quarter number 2 as well, Atlantic outscored the Cyclones 12-9. So the Cyclones scored 9 in each quarter. Atlantic scores 10 in the first, 12 in the second, to get us to a halftime score of Atlantic 22, Harlan Community 18. Scoring for the Cyclones, Grace Albertson with 8, Aubrey Schweizow 5, Kinsley Bruck 4, and Molly Swenson 1. On the other side of the court, it was Zoe Kirchhoff for Atlantic, leading all scorers from both teams with 12 points. Lila Weiderstein with 2, Peyton McLaren 2, Peyton Harder 4, and Katrina Williams yet to get into the scoring column. It was a big play earlier in the first half where Katrina Williams, their 5'11 forward, picked up her 3rd personal foul and had to sit the remaining of the first half. So that interrupted some of the things they wanted to do offensively and defensively. But it was Atlantic maintaining a lead. The Cyclones led 17-14, led by 3 with 3 minutes to go. And it was Atlantic outscoring Harlan Community from that point on, 8-1 to close out the half, where Harlan Community trails the Trojans from Atlantic 22-18. We'll see what kind of adjustments were made in the locker rooms at halftime. Cyclones played zone the whole first half. Atlantic played some zone and man-to-man. Cyclones had 8 turnovers in the first half, 10 for Atlantic. The first change we see is it's number 34, Bryn Lamp, that starts the third quarter instead of Williams, as they don't want Williams probably to pick up that 4th foul. The ball's kind of kicked around finally out of there. And you can almost feel a foul coming up or a turnover, and there's a turnover. Atlantic starts their first offensive possession of the second half with a turnover, and it's the Cyclones trailing by 4 with the ball here. Van Bala has it on the dribble drive, puts the shot up and good. Brinley Van Bala with the made runner. She gets the Cyclones within 2, 22-20 in favor of Atlantic as we get to the 7-minute mark. Really the player out there is number 3 with the ball, Kirchhoff, for Atlantic, both offensively and defensively making some things happen. Shot up by Harder, no good. Rebounded by Schweizow. Cyclones looking to tie things up with a 2 or to go ahead with a 3. Bruck with it, turned around, jumper, no good. The other thing we were keeping track of was offensive rebounds. It was Atlantic with 6 offensive rebounds in the first half to the Cyclones 2. Harder gets it down low, shot up and good by number 10, Weiderstein. 24-20, Atlantic back to a 4-point lead. Albertson's got to start being a threat there from that free throw line area. Runner up by Schweizow, no good. And going to be last touched by Atlantic out of bounds. So it will be Cyclone basketball on the baseline. And here comes Williams. Williams comes in for Lamp. See if the Cyclones try to look to attack her. As I said, she's got 3 personal fouls. It'd be good to try and... It's Kinsley Bruck that's kind of getting guarded by her. Now Harder. There's a nice shot by Albertson from that high post area. If they aren't going to guard her, she needs to take that shot, and she does, and she makes it, and it's the Cyclones now within 2, 24-22, Atlantic with the lead. There's a deflection and a turnover by Atlantic. Brinley Van Bala puts a shot up, no good, and it's going to be a held ball. The alternate possession arrow favors the Cyclones. Sweezow has it from the corner, puts up a three, no good. Rebounded by Weiderstein. She brings it across the timeline, and they're going to get set up offensively. McLaren with it at the top of the key. McLaren with a shot, no good. And it's going to be Williams on the inline and making contact with the ball, so it will go over to Harlan Community. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 24 for Atlantic, 22 for Harlan Community. There's going to be a turnover. Sweezow tried getting it to Albertson. Peyton Harder with some post defense there as she was fronting the post, gets the steal. Atlantic with the 2-point lead looks to build on that. Ball getting moved around the floor from side to side. McLaren, the pull-up jumper, rolls around and good. 26-22 Atlantic. Cyclones trying to go high-low, but our post players got to step up to that free throw line there when they're wide open and try and knock that down and force the other defender to come out and guard them. Right now they're just doubling on the low post, and that's Brinley Van Bala stepping on the sideline, so it'll be a turnover Cyclones. 26-22 Atlantic. Cyclones got to make sure they know where Kirchhoff is at the top of the key. There's a runner, and she's fouled. Foul's going to be on Molly Swenson. First on Swenson, first team foul of the third quarter. Free throw is up and good for Kirchhoff. She's got 13 on the night. And it's 27-22 Atlantic, and that's no good. So it stays a 5-point lead for Atlantic. 27-22. Cyclones dribbling the ball out front. Atlantic shuts down that dribble penetration. High post screen by Albertson. Cyclones try and feed Kinsley Bruck down low, and it's going to be another Cyclone turnover. Cyclones just got to get a little better passing angles on the wing to feed the post, and that might be something that Coach Zach Clausen's taking a timeout here with 3:31 to play, and that might be something they kind of talk over, is just getting a little better angle on the wing to feed the post down low. And then you saw a couple possessions ago where Grace Albertson knocked down the jumper from the free throw line. When the ball gets to the high post there, the Atlantic defenders are just clamping down on whoever is down on the block for us offensively, leaving that jump shot from the free throw line wide open. Cyclones just got to start looking at that and being a threat from there, and either knocking it down or at least forcing the other defender to come out and guard them, where the Cyclones can then go one-on-one in the low post, because we've got to remember Katrina Williams, number 40, has 3 personal fouls on her, so look to see if we can attack her and pick up a fourth. Order for her just to play real soft defense, and the Cyclone post players to go to town with whoever's defending her. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ball is getting skipped around. Kirchhoff on the dribble drive gets shut down. Now McLaren with it, gets it to Harder. Harder on the dribble drive, gets it to Williams, and a foul on Sweezow. Cyclones picking up fouls, trying to block shots, sending Atlantic to the free throw line. It'll be the junior, Katrina Williams, with 2 free throws. That's the second personal foul on Sweezow. Free throws up, no good. Be a second free throw coming here for Williams. That one's up and good. Cyclones led by 6 earlier at 9-3. And now it's Atlantic leading by 6, 28-22. Here with under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Ball goes down low to Bruck and a shot attempt. And a foul is called on number 34, Bryn Lamp. That's going to be her second personal foul, second team foul of the third quarter, and Bruck to the free throw line for 2. Free throw by Bruck is up and good. 23 for the Cyclones, 28 for the Trojans, with Bruck's second free throw coming, and that one is good as well. 28-24, Atlantic with the lead. 2:40 left in the third quarter. McLaren on the dribble drive, gets it to Harder. Dribble drive, kicks it out. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Harder. Harder has a shot put up and is fouled by Bruck. Cyclone, again, that's something we were tracking and talking about in the pregame is offensive rebounds. That's the 8th offensive rebound for Atlantic. That's how Harder scores a lot of her points, is getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. Here she got an offensive rebound and was fouled. 29-24 Atlantic. Harder with her second free throw is good. 30-24. Atlantic with a 6-point lead. Schwiezow is going to pull up a 3, and that one's short, no good. And Atlantic across the timeline. McLaren with it, now gets it to Harder. Harder is going to get herself all the way to the basket. Cyclone's got to step over and take a charge. And that's Coach Zach Clausen wants to take a timeout, as the Cyclones are now down by 8 at 32-24. And we're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, Channel 15.
Advertise with HMU. Are you looking for an easy and affordable way to get your business?
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Out of the timeout, it is Harlan Community Basketball in the backcourt. 2:02 to play in quarter number 3. And Harlan Community trails by 8, 32-24. Atlantic picks up here full court. Puts a lot of pressure on the Cyclones, and it's Schwiezow with a pull-up jumper. No good. Air ball for the Cyclones, and Atlantic tries to push things in transition. Under 2 minutes to play. Ball goes into the high post area, and it's a turnover on Atlantic, a steal for the Cyclones. Cyclones got to get something here on this possession. The Cyclones will balance the floor back up. Schwiezow on the dribble drive. She puts a shot up. And good. Cyclones get it within 6, 26-32. As we close in on a minute 15 left in quarter number 3. Backdoor cut by Harder through the Cyclone zone defense. And it's back to an 8-point Atlantic lead, 34-26. Then the foul out front on McLaren. It's McLaren's first personal foul. It'll be the third team foul of the third quarter. Van Bala back in for Wicks. Ball goes back to Schwiezow. Van Bala with the dribble, picks up her dribble Now it goes down into Grace Albertson. Her turnaround jumper is good. And a foul is going to be called on Bryn Lamp. So a 3-point play opportunity for the Cyclones here as Albertson knocks down the field goal. And we'll go to the free throw line. So it's a 6-point lead for Atlantic, 34-28. And Albertson makes it a 5-point game here, 34-29 after the 3-point play. Atlantic with it. There's about a 4 or 5 second difference on the shot clock to game clock. Again, Cyclones trail by 5, 34-29. And a 3-pointer put up, no good. And last touch by McLaren. So it'll be Cyclone basketball with 15.7 seconds on the clock, and they trail by 5. Van Bala on the dribble drive gets it to Molly Swenson. That's no good. That's going to be an air ball. 1.6 seconds left. Atlantic to inbounds. Lamp with it, gives a half-court heave. No good, and that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter, where Atlantic leads Harlan Community 34-29. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. You're watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV, Channel 15.
Iowa for over 31 years.
Cyclone Lanes in Harlan is your total family fun entertainment center. Known for our homemade buttercrust pizza, we also offer great burgers and a variety of other sandwiches and sides, all available to eat in or carry out. Cyclone Lanes is available for birthday parties, company outings, and church youth groups. Laser bowling starts on Friday and Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. We invite you to come enjoy some fun family entertainment and great food at Cyclone Lanes in Harlan.
If you grill it, he will come.
Wait.
Hey.
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Getting ready for fourth quarter action of play. Cyclones got outscored again by Atlantic 12-11 in that third quarter. And Atlantic has a 34-29 lead to start the fourth quarter here from Harlan Community High School gym in this Class 3A Region 5 semifinal. And that's number 10, Lila Weiderstein, coming out on the first possession for Atlantic and gets the lead back up to 7, 36-29. Now the Cyclones with their first offensive possession of the fourth quarter. Suizao on the dribble drive, kicks it out to Van Bala. She shoots a runner. That's no good. And it's Peyton Harder coming away with the defensive rebound. Cyclones so far in the night have, I have it unofficially, for 3 offensive rebounds compared to 8 for Atlantic. And then there's going to be a foul on Suizao, maybe a little frustration foul, as number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff, leading scorer on the night with 13 from both teams. That's the third foul on Suizao, first of the team in the fourth quarter. Cyclones now on the defensive end trying to shut down. There's a steal by Molly Swenson. And then Suizao in transition puts a shot up. And it's Williams, who knew she had 3 fouls, just tried getting out of the way. And Suizao kind of jumped into her and gets the foul called. So that's the 4th on Williams. And no good on the 3-point play attempt. So it's a 36-31 lead for Atlantic. But a bigger thing is that's Williams that picked up her 4th personal foul. Ball goes inside to Williams. Shot up, no good. The Cyclones come away with the defensive rebound. See if the Cyclones go right at Williams. She's got 4 fouls. Get the ball right into Kinsley Bruck. Get it back over to the side here. Cyclones just not getting good angles to feed the post, and that's Molly Swenson with kind of an air bank layup, and it's harder coming away the defensive rebound. Cyclones got to go right at number 40, Williams, who's got 4 personal fouls when they get the ball. Baseline jumper by Williams is up, no good, and it's Sweezow clearing the rebound. Shot put, kind of a wild one put up by Sweezow. No good. Now just don't get a frustration foul. And there was that timeout by Coach Dan Vargason, but the other ref was about ready to call Aubrey Sweezow for her 4th personal. Cyclones got to watch out that they don't pick up fouls after some turnovers or things don't go the way they want on their end. So it's Dan Vargason calling a timeout. And we wanted to talk to you about some fine sponsors that make these live broadcasts come to you. Those being Cyclone Lanes, KNOD Radio, Teast Auto Center, Fairway in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Do It Best Hardware, Conductix Wampler, The Agency Insurance, Western Iowa Medical, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclone Seed and Chemical, Shelby County State Bank, Hamilton Financial Services, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Murtu Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, then the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. And a special thank you goes out to the Pizza Ranch here in Harlan for providing some much-needed broadcast equipment. One of those things being the brand new scoreboard camera you can see on your screen there, which has the Cyclones trailing by 5, 36-31 here in the 4th quarter to the visiting Trojans from Atlantic, as we have 5:51 left in this contest. So we'll see if anything changes out of the timeout here for either team. Cyclones still in that zone. There's going to be a ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Van Bala, so it will be Atlantic basketball on the sideline. 21 seconds to go on the shot clock. McLaren with it, gets it to Harder on the baseline. Harder kicks it out to a jumper from the top of the key, and there's an offensive rebound for Atlantic. Shot is up, no good, and the Cyclones finally come away with it. Cyclones need to know where number 3, Zoe Kirchhoff, is at all times. She's their shooter, and there's Molly Swenson with her first field goal of the night and gets the Cyclones within 2, 36-34. 5 minutes to play. Ball goes to the high post to Williams, now to Harder. She finds McLaren. Kirchhoff kicks it up to Williams. Shot up and a 3-point play attempt. And that foul we'll see is either on Albertson or Sweezow. And that's Sweezow, and I think that is her 4th. It is. So with 4:54 to go, Sweezow picks up her 4th foul. And Peyton Harder with a 3-point play gets it back to a 5-point lead, 39-34. There's a shot up and good. It's Kinsley Bruck with the bucket. 36-39, Cyclones trail by 3. Atlantic moving the ball around the zone. Got to make sure we're not fouling out there with a reach, and there's just, yeah. You kind of see that coming. Cyclones got to play defense with our feet, not grab and slap with our hands. Here in 2 more fouls, we'll be putting Atlantic at the free throw line, and that's not something we want to do, is put them with opportunities to score from the free throw line unguarded. Shot up, no good, but we don't box out Atlantic. This is going to be their 3rd one. Now we foul. 3 offensive rebounds on that possession. 11 offensive rebounds so far on the night for Atlantic compared to 3 for Harlan Community, and the free throw is up and good. Kirchhoff with 14 points, and it's a 4-point Atlantic lead, 36-40, with one more free throw from Kirchhoff, and that one is up and good. She's got 15. 41-36, 5-point Atlantic lead as we close in on 4 minutes to play. Bruck with the turnaround jumper, no good. Williams with the defensive rebound. Halfway through quarter number 4, Atlantic leads by 5, 41-36. Cyclones extending that zone defense out just a little bit higher, trying to get some steals off some of those cross-court passes. And it's Peyton Harder with the bucket inside. 7-point lead for Atlantic, 43-36. And Coach Zach Clausen wants to take a timeout with 3:38 to play in the fourth quarter. So we'll kind of take a little bit of a game reset here and talk about what's going on. After quarter number 1, Atlantic had a lead over the Cyclones 10-9. And at halftime, it was a 4-point Atlantic lead, 22-18. And then at the end of quarter number 3, it was a 5-point lead for Atlantic, 34-29. We currently sit with a 7-point Atlantic lead, 43-36, with 3:38 to play. Cyclones have committed 4 personal fouls here in this quarter. The 1-and-1 in high school basketball is no longer. What they do is after 5 team fouls in each quarter, then it becomes a 2-shot free throw opportunity. So the next foul that the Cyclones commit will be their 5th of the fourth quarter. So that means that from here on out, any foul committed by the Cyclones will be a 2-shot trip to the free throw line for Atlantic. So we'll see if maybe on this next defensive possession, if the Cyclones stay in that zone or if they go man-to-man. I would say they'd maybe go man-to-man, especially if they don't score on this possession. If they do, they might stay in that zone, but just need to know where Kirchhoff's at and defend again. There's a deep three-pointer by Schwiezow. Foul is on Albertson, and just like I said here a little bit ago, that's going to send Atlantic to the free throw line. So we'll keep track of this as well in terms of the last 3:38 to go. Got the Trojans in the double bonus, so it's going to be Peyton Harder with 2 free throws. First one is up, no good. Thank goodness. She'll have a second one coming. Harder, their leading scorer, puts up the second one. No good. Goes 0 for 2. So the Cyclones come away with an advantage there, and that's Schwiezow with the made bucket. 38-43. Cyclones by 5. Or excuse me, Cyclones trail by 5. Kirchhoff on the dribble drive puts a shot up and a foul. That is not someone we want to foul. Kirchhoff, they're the leading scorer on the night amongst both teams with 15, and she is not missed from the free throw line. So she'll have 2 free throws coming. That first one's up and good. 44-38 Atlantic. Second one is up and good. 45-38. Cyclones trail by 7. 2:45 left in the contest. Ball goes to Bruck. Now Van Bala got by with a travel out front. Molly Swenson down to 2:35 in the fourth quarter. 15 on the shot clock. Van Bala is going to let a 3 fly from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Peyton Harder. Cyclones got to pick up defense here. Down 7. And they're There they go. They pick up man-to-man. Ball goes down low to Williams. She kicks it back out to Kirkhoff. They want to run time off the clock. Sweezow's got to be careful. She's got 4 personal fouls. McLaren with it out front. Gets it to Williams. Williams back up to Harder. And there's a steal by the Cyclones. Turnover, exactly 2 minutes to play. Ball goes right into Kinsley Bruck. She puts one up, no good. Rebounded by Harder. Cyclones might have to start looking at going after and fouling here pretty soon. There's almost one there, but it will send Atlantic to the free throw line. Pull up jumper, good by number 3, Kirkhoff. 47-38. Cyclones trail by 9. There's a deep 3 put up. Cyclones, if you can get something, they're going to have to start fouling here. It's a 3-possession game. Closing in on a minute to play. Cyclones got to start trapping, got to start fouling, got to start doing something. Because Dan Vargason might need to call a timeout to save his possession, and standing right by the ref, and it looks like he might do that, and he did. Timeout, Atlantic. There's 1:02 left to play. The score is a 9-point Atlantic lead, 47-38. So we'll talk about what's going on here when these two teams break the huddle. It's a 3-possession game, 9-point lead for Atlantic. That's their largest lead of the night. Cyclones once led by 6 early in the contest, 9-3. Cyclones have 5 team fouls. So the next foul, for every foul here on out, it's going to be putting Atlantic on the free throw line. You want to make sure it doesn't get into number 3, Zoe Kirkhoff's hand. She hasn't missed a free throw tonight and has 19 points. On the Cyclone side of the floor, it's Aubrey Schwiezow. She's got 4 personal fouls. She picks up a 5th, and she's done. So we'll see. I was going to see if maybe Coach Clausen would keep her on the bench and maybe have someone go in with her and foul the Trojans and then put her back in, substitute offense for defense. So with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, it's a 9-point deficit for the Cyclones. Atlantic is going to inbound on the sideline. Ball goes into Kirkhoff with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Kirkhoff dribble drives, gets it to Harder. Harder to Williams. Williams puts a shot up and is fouled. That was on, I believe, Albertson. Yep, it was. So it's going to send Williams to the free throw line for 2. That first one is up and good. 48-38. 10-point lead for Atlantic. And Dan Vargason, I'm sure, is telling his players, whatever you do, don't foul. And second free throw by Williams is up, no good. 48-38, Cyclones by 10. Schwiezow with it. She's going to dribble at the basket, puts a shot up and good. And Coach Zach Clausen takes a timeout as that gets the Cyclones to within 8. 48-40. We'll see if somebody comes in for Schwiezow now. If she picks up another one, she's done. But the Cyclones got to maybe look to get a steal right away. And if not, then they're going to have to foul. Again, it's a 3-possession game, and we're under a minute to play. Cyclones have 5 team fouls, so any foul that they get whistled for will send Atlantic to the free throw line. Cyclones, I'm sure, will pick up full court. Cyclones are out of timeouts. Meanwhile, Atlantic has 2 left. Leading the scorers for tonight, you've got Grace Albertson with 13 for the Cyclones, and it's Zoe Kirkhoff, number 3, with 19. So both teams break the huddle. It'll be Atlantic basketball on the baseline with 43 seconds to play. And Atlantic leading by 8, 48-40. And it's lucky we didn't get called for a technical because Addie Wicks crossed the end line. The Cyclones aren't fouling. We got to get after and foul. And finally, Kate Kesters goes and fouls after we let a good 12 seconds go off the clock. So we're down to 31 seconds left. Harder's first free throw is up and good. 49-40. Second free throw by Harder, rolls around and is good. 50-40, 10-point lead for Atlantic. Ball goes right inside to Kinsley Bruck. Her shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Peyton Harder. Cyclones still, you got to get the ball. Somebody foul, get after things. You got to trap or foul. And now we're just down to 10 seconds. You might as well just let him dribble it out now. And now there's a foul. Foul's going to be whistled on Brinley Van Bala, so we'll send Kirchhoff to the free throw line. Kirchhoff for 2 free throws. First one is up and good. And Coach Clausen's going to put in some substitutes and recognize the seniors out on the floor, with those being Grace Albertson, Molly Swenson, and Aubrey Schwiezow. Kirchhoff's second free throw is up and good. 52-40. Cyclones trail by 12. And that's going to bring us to the end of this contest, where the Cyclones are defeated by the Trojans from Atlantic by a score of 52-40, which means it will be Atlantic advancing to the regional final game against the winner of Kemper Catholic and Cherokee Saturday night. This will bring the Cyclone season to an end, where they are having an overall season record of 18 wins, 5 losses. It will improve Atlantic's overall record to 18 wins and 6 losses, and like I said, advance to the regional final to take on Kemper Catholic or Cherokee. More than likely that will be Cherokee. For a trip to an opportunity to go to the state tournament. So a good season for the Harlan Community Cyclone girls. Unfortunately, it comes to an end here tonight, as they, again, are defeated by the Trojans from Atlantic by a score of 52-40. This has been Jonathan North on the camera, Bill Mueller on the play-by-play. You've been watching Cyclone basketball on HLTV Channel 15, where it's always great to be a Cyclone.
Community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment, including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
How do you top Pizza Ranch's legendary cheesy ranch sticks? Any way you want. Get a load of these. Our new loaded cheesy ranch sticks are now topped with an extra layer of flavor. Skillet crust, melty cheese, herbs and spices, and up to 2 of your favorite toppings. They're the ultimate appetizer on the buffet or on the go. Don't you just love that new menu item smell? Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
This program has been brought to you by Dylan Hamilton, financial advisor with Hamilton Financial Services, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Contact Dylan today at 712-235-5500. Office is located in Harlan and Walnut.
Harlan Do It Best is your best source for friendly service, expert advice, and innovative products. Whether you need to build it, paint it, fix it, or grill it, we have it all. Our full-service paint department, utilizing Valspar paints, can match any color for your interior and exterior painting projects. Check out our new Diablo tool aisle for all power tool accessories needed for your home improvements. Make grilling easy with our full selection of grills and grilling supplies. Harlan Do It Best, conveniently located at 1810 Chatbird Avenue in Harlan.
Western Iowa Medical, providing outstanding service and the highest quality medical equipment and supplies in Western Iowa. At Western Iowa Medical in Harlan, it's our mission to meet all your home health care needs.